It's not often where I go out to eat and I'm impressed enough where I want to recreate a dish in my free time. This hashed green chili mac and cheese will be some of the best mac and cheese you eat. It's creamy, it's delicious, it's packed with flavor. Of course, I'll make some adjustments to make it just that much better. This may just be the best mac and cheese on the internet. I'm just saying. Let's get to work. We gotta start by prepping the star of the show, the hatch green chilies. These chilies are amazing, have great flavor. You can spice these up or down however you choose. So just throw them on a baking sheet. Throw the chilies in the oven for 3 to 5 minutes until all sides are charred. Hatch green chilies are in season through like mid-July, late October-ish. If you can get them fresh, please do, but if not, the canned stuff works just fine. For every 2 peppers is 1 can of green chilies. Once those are done, I'll see you in a second. Once charred like this, take it, put it on your cutting board, and then you just wanna peel off all the skin. Get messy here. Use a spoon if you have to. Makes your job just a little bit easier. Once you got that done, cut the top off of it, and then you wanna split it right down the middle. Take it, open it up. And this is where you can really adjust the spiciness of how you like your mac and cheese, and you just scrape out all the seeds. If you want more heat in it, leave some seeds. If you want no heat, obviously take the seeds out. Take those green chilies, flip them over, and then you just wanna cut them into strips, just like so, and just dice them up. You want small little cubes. This is where you really wanna work on your knife cuts. Try to get those perfect squares and then just set them to the side and then rinse and repeat with all your green chilies. Starting with our cheese sauce, we're gonna go in there with some butter and let that melt down. We're making a roux, so once that butter is melted, go in there with flour and whisk that to combine for about a minute until that raw flour taste cooks out. After a minute, we'll slowly whisk in our milk. You want the sauce as smooth as possible, so slowly whisk it in, let it kind of combine, and then add some more bit by bit. I had this mac and cheese at a barbecue joint. Most of the time when you go to barbecue joints, the mac and cheese is kind of like an afterthought. But this one, they really did nail it. It was actually one of the top rated barbecue spots in Arizona. So when I went there and tasted it, I knew exactly how good it was and how good it could be. So that's why we're making it today. After all your milk is in there, you wanna let it come up to a simmer, which shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. Keep it on and keep whisking it so it doesn't burn. While you're making your cheese sauce, you wanna get started on your pasta. So bring it up to some boiling water and then just dump it in there. Make sure you salt your water too. That is very key. And then I like to give it a quick mix too, just so no sticking happens for the first couple of minutes. I'm keeping an eye on my milk and doing it at the same time. That's what I love about cooking, is being able to multitask. So if you're a cook and somebody says you can't multitask, then they're lying, because cooking is all about multitasking. This is where restaurants fail, in my personal opinion, where the food is so bland. Sometimes you find restaurants where they actually nail the seasoning, but more times than not, they're always bland. So we're gonna season it up. Garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, oregano, salt, and pepper. Whisk that up. Remember, taste is subjective, so what I find bland, you might find super flavorful. What do they say on TikTok? If it doesn't change color, then it's not seasoned. We see all the colorful specks in here. So I'm gonna add all the green chilies back to the party. And this is where you can customize it. You can add more green chilies if you really do love that green chili flavor. And of course, I'll put the recipe down below. We can't have mac and cheese without the cheese. So we'll go in there with our cheese. I am using white cheddar and Monterey Jack. Pepper Jack would be a great substitute as well. And then just mix this till everything is well combined, little by little. Remember, smooth cheese sauce. At this step, this is where you taste and adjust for seasoning. But what I wanted to point out is, you see how thick this is? This is perfect for some people, but I like my cheese sauce a little bit more saucier before I add the noodles in there, because that noodles is gonna soak up a lot of the moisture. So to thin it out, I'm gonna add maybe like a 1/4 cup. Start with half of that first. And you just add little by little. Oh yeah, this is the consistency I'm going for. Because remember, we're still adding the pasta to it, so that's gonna soak up some of it. And then when you bake it, some of that moisture will evaporate. Now this is looking perfect to me. I like where we're at. Again, taste and adjust for seasoning. Really nail it right here before you add the pasta to it. You can always adjust in, but nail it here where it's just the cheese sauce, because pasta's plain, you're just coating the noodles. Once your pasta is done cooking, just dump all that into that, and then just mix all this up to well combined. Oh, this is amazing. This would make a great queso as well. Like, this is very multifaceted. Mix all that up. Oh yeah, that's that good mac right there. This is exactly what we're going for, the consistency that I'm looking for. You can eat it right here and be perfectly fine with it, be happy with it. But of course, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna take it just one step further. In a baking dish of your choosing, you can use whatever baking dish you wanna use. I'm using my handy dandy cast iron, but a 9x13 work just fine. We're gonna go ahead and add our mac and cheese, and we're gonna layer it. This is very heavy too. So do a nice layer on the bottom. Spread that out, and then we're gonna layer it with some cheese. And I think this is how you get the perfect cheese pool, is having that cheese layered in the middle. More cheese flavor, it's mac and cheese, so why not go heavy on the cheese? But again, it's totally up to you. Whatever makes you happy, please do that in the kitchen. That's what cooking all is about. I don't know if that makes sense. That's what cooking is about. And then go over the top of that with the rest of your mac and cheese. Then on top, one more time, layer it with more of that white cheddar, Monterey Jack, whatever cheese that you're using. Get a nice crust on top of it. I probably should have did a better job or even mix these up first before. Once you have your mac and cheese looking beautiful and only then, place it in a 375-degree oven for 15 to 18 minutes. And if you're feeling freaky, the last 2 minutes, turn it on broil so you can get some nice cover on top of that mac and cheese. I like to always put my mac and cheese on a tray, so if the cheese does overflow, it's right on top of the tray and not to the bottom of the oven, which is extremely hard to clean. Full transparency, mac and cheese scares me. I made it twice for Christmas in the past before, and each time I've messed it up. Everybody knows it's a sin to make dry mac and cheese, especially on the holidays. And I did it twice. I was a young cook trying to do way too much. Don't judge me. It just takes time and practice, and I feel like I finally conquered it to give y'all something special. After those 15 to 18 minutes, take it out the oven, let it cool for like a minute or two, and then we'll plate up, eat, and go home. You see, look how amazing that looks. Just absolutely spectacular. We're going smack dab in the middle for the scoop. Let's see. I'm nervous because I really genuinely want a cheese pull. So let's see if we can get it. Oh my Lord, look at that. It's everything I want in it. I'm gonna scoot you back and we taking it back and we going home. I'm like that. Don't be scared, challenge yourself in the kitchen. That's how you get better. I put myself to the test today. Try to make some mac and cheese that wasn't dry, that was flavorful. I think we got there. Let's go for it, let's see. Hit the gym after you eat this. Eat great food, don't eat the same thing all the time. Yeah, this is about to be crazy. Cheers. Oh my God. I stand by what I said earlier. This just may be the best mac and cheese on the internet. The white cheddar, the Monterey Jack, the green chilies, all great things. The perfect twist on traditional mac and cheese. I'm all for taking traditional recipes and putting a twist on them and just making them just that much better. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all seen all the recipes going online, so y'all definitely be the judge. Try this for yourself and I promise you, you'll have the same exact reactions. Feel the same way that I'm feeling. But like always, guys, if you like what you see, comment down below, hit that subscribe button, send this to a friend, be like, Doretta Cook got y'all right over there. Especially for them friends that really love mac and cheese. This one for them. Come back next week. Y'all know I got a banger. I'll see y'all then. Peace. More love.